Hello, everybody, and welcome to our 13th and final installment of Wednesday Weekly Skillshare for this fall semester. This is a program all about learning a new life skill or general life hack during your time at Pacific. Today's session is about sustainable gift giving during the holidays with Kelsey. My name is Amber Ratier. I use she, her pronouns. I'm the graduate assistant of competitive sports and outdoor programming at Pacific Recreation. Will be today's moderator. The session will be recorded for later posting to our YouTube channel. So if you ever want to look at the previous 12 installments of Wednesday Weekly Skillshare, you can YouTube at Pacific Rec. If you have any questions for our presenter today, you can drop them in the comment box or wait till the end of their time and you can ask them directly. This applies both to on Zoom and on Facebook. I'll be moderating both of those chats. For Pacific affiliated folks who are watching in, I will be dropping a participation check-in form. It takes about, 20 seconds. It's the name of the event, which is Wednesday Weekly Skillshare. You can do number 13 or sustainable gifts, and then your 99 numbers. So I will put that in the link as I'm finishing talking. We will be returning in the spring semester with this series for only 6 episodes, but they're going to be good 6 episodes. So make sure to follow Pacific Recreation on social media to hear about when our first session of the spring semester is. So those are all my announcements. So at this time, Kelsey, the floor is yours.
All right, let me quick share my screen. So you all can't see the images of yourselves, right?
Correct.
Okay, great. So hi everyone. My name is Kelsey Smith. I also use she, her pronouns. I am the sustainability coordinator at University of the Pacific. I've been working at Pacific for 3 going on 4 years, and my main job is outreach regarding sustainability and getting the Pacific community to act with sustainability in mind, act more eco-friendly, working towards what's best for people, the planet, and the economy. So today, we're going to talk about sustainability and the holidays with a big focus on sustainable gift giving, which is something that I actually talk with my team about every year. We do a little sustainable gift giving workshop, and that's my team of students. And this year, I decided to actually kind of bring that out a little bit more and share it with other people. So this presentation was actually a collaboration between myself and my students, and we all kind of got together and we came up with a bunch of different ideas, and that's what we're going to present today. So yeah, and I welcome any questions that you all may have. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is why we might be wanting to talk about sustainability at the holidays and sustainable gift giving. So a couple of facts that I found are, so trash produced in the United States increases by 25% between Thanksgiving and New Year's. So that's a lot of extra trash produced. And I think you can probably kind of figure that a lot more food is being eaten, gifts are being created, just in general, things are being created more. So that also means more things are going to landfill. And landfills are not great, but that's a whole different talk. So if you have questions about that, let me know. So annually, Americans discard about 38,000 miles of ribbon every year, $11 billion worth of packing materials, and 15 million used Christmas trees at the end of each year. So definitely a lot of that is within this time frame of the last 2 to 3 months of the year. So specifically with gift giving, an estimated 11 to 13% of holiday purchases are returned after Christmas. So, for everyone out there, think about how many things you get for Christmas that you either return or end up regifting, or whatever it may be. Gifts that you maybe didn't like. Did you get any last year potentially? I know I definitely do sometimes. So that's a lot of things that are getting returned, and when it comes to the fashion economy, a lot of returns actually don't end up getting back on the shelves, especially if they're from an online shop. So there are a lot of reasons to gift more sustainably. So one thing we can do is change up our gift wrapping habits. So if you didn't know, most wrapping paper actually is it has plastic on it or foil on it. And because that makes it a mixed material, it actually can't be recycled. So even if you put it in your recycle bin, it's more than likely that it will end up getting thrown away into the landfill anyway. So there are a lot of alternatives though. So as you can see up here, you can definitely wrap things in scarves or something, a bandana, something that can be reused. This down here in the bottom left is a picture that I took after my thrift shopping trip a couple weeks ago. Every year I give out cookies. That's one of my big things that I do every year. And I always put them in tins and I always ask people to give them back to me, but I never get them back. So instead of going to a store and buying new tins, I just go to the thrift store and get a whole bunch of them because there's a ton out there already. So we might as well take those and use those again. Plus, it's cheaper. Um, Something that I used to do when I really was really interested in actually wrapping gifts is using newspaper. And because well, I used to get newspaper. So that was a really easy one to find and use for wrapping. And then this bottom right picture here is actually my gift bag drawer. And it's a lot deeper than it looks. But I save every gift bag that I ever get. And so I never need gift bags. So that's what I typically wrap presents, or not wrap, but that's what I typically package my presents in every year is I just bring out one of these bags, and everyone kind of expects me to do that already because, sustainability coordinator. But I think it's something where, no one's going to remember year to year which bags they get. So might as well reuse them. So that's on wrapping. But what else can we do? We can definitely gift more sustainably in a lot of different ways. So this sustainable gift guide was created, this specific graphic was created by our social media coordinator, Josh. And this was also, it was inspired by the hierarchy of ethical gift giving by just little changes. So this now, I will say it looks like a hierarchy, but in my personal opinion, I feel that if you take any of these ideas and turn them into gifts, then you're already doing great. Basically, anything that's just not going out and shopping for things that people don't need and things that have um, created made virgin materials to need to be created. So there's a lot that we can do. So just to kind of sum some things up, when it comes to gifts, ask the people that you want to give gifts what they want. It might be a little awkward sometimes, but at least then you know that they're going to use it and they're going to like it. So my best friend and I actually this year, he sent me an email asking me what I wanted for Christmas this year with like a very specific, like, what do you actually need? What do you really want? And just like send links and everything. So I did. And that's what he's getting me for Christmas, what I asked. And then I did the same for him, and he told me. So I'm not going to say it just in case he's watching this, but that's there. It's a great way to get somebody something that they maybe wouldn't want to get for themselves, but they still really want. So ask people what they want. Then we get into the gift guide that I will continue to add on to. So give experiences and time instead of things, memories. Get crafty and upcycle projects, which I will show some examples of those. Buy secondhand. I am all about secondhand. This is my favorite, one of my favorite sweaters that I'm wearing right now that actually I got from a green move out program at Pacific. I think it was 2 years ago. One of the volunteers said, "Hey, I think this would look really good on you." And now it's my favorite sweater. So make things for people and support small businesses, especially now. That's so important right now to really be supporting people, like actual people that you know, rather than supporting big corporations. Okay, so I want to dig deep into each one of these. I mean, not super deep, but a little deep, and give you some real good examples of what this means. So, for giving experiences and memories, um, Some examples of things that you can give people are subscriptions, so like to Spotify, Netflix, a newspaper, or whatever they might be interested in. Give them a subscription to that. Gift cards are always good as well. I'm big on gift cards. Tickets to shows. I know some of these items you might not be able to really vision right now because we can't do a lot of these things, but I do still want to put them out there as ideas. Museum passes, cooking classes. So this picture of me right here is from, I think, 2 years ago. My mom got me a voucher to go do a cooking class in Sacramento. And I did. And it was fun. And it was really, really fun. It was one of my favorite gifts that I've ever received. Um, so that's some ideas. An art workshop, there's always paint nights. Sponsor a run if you know a runner and they have a run that they want to go to, you can sponsor that for them. Movie tickets, who doesn't like going to the movies? Mini golf. There are so many ideas of just different experiences and things that you can give people that don't actually create any waste, but give people really good memories, like me taking my cooking class. Um, so the next one is giving time and skills. So if you're good at cooking, you can cook a meal for somebody, especially if you know someone who's really busy all the time, maybe a new mom or I don't know, somebody who just doesn't want to cook. You can cook them a meal. You can take care of their kids for a little bit, um, take care of their pets if they wanted to go on a trip. You do yard work, gardening, or host a virtual Netflix party with your friends, which probably won't cost you anything. But it could be really fun and a really great way to get people together. Um, there's resume review. If you're really good at reviewing things, you can look over someone's resume. Give them coupons for future services, like any of these things, cooking them a meal, pet care, etc. Or you could volunteer with a local organization. And sure, that might not necessarily benefit anybody that you want to give the gift to, but it will benefit a lot of people in general. Okay. The next one is one of my favorite ones, Upcycle. There are so many upcycling projects out there. So if you're crafty, I definitely encourage getting on the upcycle train. And so some examples here. This is a t-shirt quilt over on the right that belongs to one of my student staff. This one I can't get over. This cheese grater that was turned into an earring holder. I love this. I really want to make this. I already have an earring holder, but if I didn't, I would totally make this. And then these two on the bottom are actually ones that I've made myself. So this candle is a this is a bunch of different candles that were kind of burnt down to the bottom that I melted and turned into a bigger candle. And so that's what it looked like before. This is what it looks like now. I'm getting to the end of it already, but which is good. So and then you can also definitely upcycle ornaments like these ones that this is actually made out of a toilet paper roll that was just cut into slits and then glued together. I also painted it white. Plant pots, organization boxes, scrapbooks. There are so many different things out there that you could do. And I recommend just really thinking about what you want and just um, doing it. Okay, the next one is secondhand. So all of these pictures are mine. I go thrift shopping probably almost every weekend, and it may not be a great thing, but it's what I really like to do. So these pictures are from things that I've seen in thrift stores around Stockton. So this one is from the Puffy's Thrift Boutique on Pacific Avenue. This one is from Goodwill on March Lane, the Harry Potter board game. And then this is my citrus juicer that I don't remember where I got it. I think it was at Goodwill, maybe. And then this is one of my favorite things that I also got from Puffy's on Pacific, which is a little Tarzan. And I'm a big Tarzan fan. But there are so many cool things that you can find at thrift stores or even on Facebook Marketplace or eBay or Mercery or like wherever. Um, Some other just general ideas: picture frames, books, sweaters. Thrift stores have so many sweaters, mugs, kitchenware, appliances, art supplies, board games. Honestly, I say just go to a thrift store with a single person in mind who you want to get a for, and just look around and see what you can find. And you'll probably find something that they will like. I do that a lot. Then the next one is make things. So, if you are good at baking or cooking, play that up. Make people cookies. Give them baking kits. So even if you're not good at baking, you can also just do like a cookie in a jar, or cookie in a jar DIY kit. Hot cocoa bombs, those are real big right now. I need to get myself one of the silicone molds because I want to make some this year as well. Jam, you can make a photo album or a calendar. Some people are really good at making spaghetti sauce, tea mixes. Again, I put the t-shirt quilt in here again because I thought that was really cool. If you can crochet and knit, make something like that for your friends. If you can sew, make some really great clothes for people. And again, just really thinking about what will the person that I'm gifting this like? What will they use? What will they want? So, and I feel like if you like chocolate, you're probably gonna like the hot cocoa bomb. So, yeah, there are so many ideas. And then last but definitely not least, like I said, this is really, in my opinion, this is in no particular order. Shopping small and shopping ethically. I think again this year it's just so important to be supporting real people in your community. And if you can't find people in your community who are creating things that you want, then I would definitely support going online and finding those people. Like I shop on Etsy a lot, which is why I put that there. But things that you can get from small shops are, if you know someone who likes candles, you can get them candles from any scent anywhere. Reusable face masks. I have a friend who makes the best face masks ever. Soap is a really good one that you can buy from small shops. House plants. This picture here is actually from Far Out Foliage, which is in downtown Stockton, and I definitely support them. They are really great and have so many different kinds of really cool houseplants. Jewelry, you can get reusable bags, reusable straw kits. Um, if you have any like local farmers, local shops, they might be able to put together a gift basket. However, again, with gift baskets, I would recommend getting ones that don't include the cellophane wrap to reduce as much plastic as you can. But yeah, there's just so much that out there, and pretty much anything that you would maybe want to buy on Amazon, you can probably find from maybe not a small shop, but a smaller shop, or buy directly from the seller. Um, and support those people. So, just one other slide. I did also just want to throw in some other tips for having a sustainable holiday. So, when it comes to decor, I always say save your decorations. I don't know if there are people who don't save their decorations, but that's just definitely one to always save what you have and use it again year to year. I get a lot of my decor from thrift stores, especially around December. They start putting out a lot of it, and you can make your own decor. So I have some examples here. So in the bottom, there are these little owls are actually made from toilet paper rolls. And I did a workshop last night about these. So I have one myself that I made. Um, and a lot of people I've been reading about this year have been making decorations from more natural materials. So, like you can see over here on the right, you can actually cut up slices of oranges and bake them, and then kind of turn them into a, what's the word? I don't remember what the word is.
Darwin?
Garland, yes, thank you. Yeah, and then you can also actually use, actual tree branches and things like that to decorate your home with, and then those things can all be composted. So there's a lot of different things that you can decorate with. Another thing I recommend is if you are shopping online to use the slowest shipping option, and that is typically the more environmentally friendly choice because they in when places are shipping the slow option, they kind of wait to fill up a truck before they send it out. Whereas if you're trying to get 2-day shipping or 3-day shipping, they're going to send it out at the earliest spot, which means the truck might not be filled up, which means there's going to have to be more carbon emissions involved in that. Then the great debate. So real tree or artificial tree. This is something that I've been debating with people for so long. And the way that I see it is they are two completely different options. And I don't think they're really comparable. So if you're wondering which one is more sustainable, my recommendation to you is just to make sure that whichever you choose, you do it in a sustainable manner. So for me, I have an artificial tree, and it was free. I actually got it from the Green Move Out program. So almost every year at Green Move Out, some students on campus donate a tree or two, and I can never sell those trees or get rid of those trees. So I end up keeping them. So one of those trees has gone to one of my past students, and the other one is in my house. So I did not pay for it. So what I recommend is if you need a tree and you want an artificial tree, get it from a thrift store or get it from some other sort of secondhand outlet. That will be the best bet, and just use it as many times as you can until you absolutely can't anymore. Yeah, so I definitely say that there's already so many out there. Just use what already exists in the world rather than increasing the demand for new ones. Real trees, I think real trees are great. But just make sure that you get rid of them correctly and you don't put it in the trash can. But instead make sure that it somehow gets composted. Most cities have a recycling program where you can put it on your curb and they'll pick it up and compost them. So just make sure that you know your options. But I say as long as you do it in a sustainable manner, then either way is good. Just do whatever works best for you. And the last tip is to just avoid overcooking for holiday meals, and maybe try not if you do live with a large group of people, maybe don't make an insane amount of food, but just an amount of food that will leave maybe 1 day of leftovers. Because after a while, after with you have leftovers for a long enough time, you get tired of them. So yeah. um, and then the last thing I wanted to say is I encourage all of you to connect with Sustaining Pacific on Instagram and Facebook. And if you have any questions, you can email me. Also, I have to plug Sustainability Project Investment Fund. We really encourage people to apply. So this is we have a pool of $150,000 every year that we give out to projects that benefit sustainability at the university. So if you have any sort of ideas in your head just with those keywords, please let me know. We have a project eligibility form that you will need to fill out if you wanted to apply. That is due January 17th, but I encourage everyone to submit really early. So that link at the bottom is the link to the project eligibility form, but I also take any questions on that. So just wanted to put that out there. This is probably going to be the best year to apply to the Sustainability Project Investment Fund because we're all kind of at home, not really thinking too much about being on campus, but there's still a lot of work that can be done on campus. So that's all I have. I definitely welcome any questions, but thank you all for listening.
If folks have questions, you can unmute yourself or you can put it in the chat. I'll ask a quick question to give other folks some time to think through. What has been the best thrift store find that you've found for a gift?
Oh my gosh. That's a that's so hard because I do so much thrifting. I'm thinking more in terms of the things that I've recently picked up. I recently got a little I have a friend who likes a very specific TV show. So I got them a little cardboard game that of that TV show with the intention of actually being able to play it with them. So that's something that I've picked up recently. Also, this year, I did a lot of giving framed photos to my family members. So I've given some photos of my siblings and me to my mom and dad this year. And all of the frames that I got from thrift stores. Um, what else? That's like all that's popping up in my head right now. In past years, I've done a lot of different things. I find more stuff for myself, but but like I said, you know, when you go into it with an idea of who you want to shop for, that's the best way to find something good for people.
Yeah, I shop at the thrift store way too often too.
Yeah.
If the two folks on the Zoom call, if either of you have questions, again, feel free to chime in. Otherwise, we will wrap this. Oh yes, there we go, Jennifer. Okay, what is the best thrift store you've been to?
The best thrift store I've been to, um, I think it depends on what you're going for, but my favorite thrift stores, I would say probably my number one favorite thrift store is Superior Thrift in Stockton. On what Wilson Way, I think
Yeah,
is where it's at. Um, I yeah, that's probably my favorite one just in general for everything. I think they have a lot of they're my favorite for clothes. But also they have a great holiday section, which not a lot of thrift stores have a great holiday section right now. Um, Hope Chest on Pacific Avenue has probably the best holiday section in my opinion. I love Hope Chest, and we've worked with Hope Chest a lot before for Green Move Out too. Um, but yeah, there's I'm trying to think of beyond Stockton. I really liked the Goodwill and the ASPCA thrift store in Davis, where I grew up. Um, but there's a lot. Southern California has the best thrift stores, probably though. I'd say that's and it hurts because I don't live there, but they have a lot of really good ones with a lot of good stuff, like big thrift stores.
yeah, like the Goodwill outlets. I've yet to have been to an outlet, and I'm like, I just want to go.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Okay. Do we have any other questions from folks? Give it a nice 7-second pregnant pause. Okay, cool. We will wrap up. Thank you for the two people who stayed on. Really appreciate it. And of course, anybody who's watching on Facebook. And of course, Kelsey, for your time and wisdom in this holiday spirit. Yeah, we will see everybody for the 2021 year. It's shocking. It's already Christmas, basically. Take care, everybody. Have a good rest of your day. And thank you again, Kelsey.
Thank you. Happy holidays.